Hey guys, I am so sorry that this video is coming out so late, but we had kind of a busy day and the baby's sleep was all kinds of messed up, so he went to bed late. So, better late than never, right? So I want to thank everybody so far who has joined this group. Normally I would go ahead and wait a little while for some people to join in so that you can participate and craft along with me, but I know that we don't have a huge group yet, and so I'm just going to go ahead and start. Today, we are going to do our very first project together. And the fun thing about this project is every single person who joined up in this group so far, if you're a part of this group right now while this is going live, you are going to be able to send me your mailing address, and I am going to send you our first project. Hi, Elizabeth. So this is going to be the card we're going to make. I've got it in red and yellow. We're just going to go ahead and do both. And my favorite part of this card, I like the front, but my favorite part is the inside. I think it came out so cute. And I'm going to leave it, I'm not going to sign my name or anything because I want you to be able to give this card away if you want to any of your friends or anybody who might want it. It says, all days are beautiful that begin with you. And the reason why I chose this sentiment is because you guys are the first ones here. You are literally beginning this journey with me. And so I appreciate that so much. And so this is what your little gift is going to be. Thank you, Elizabeth. What do you like? Do you like red or do you like yellow best? All right, so this part's going to be awkward. I have an extremely small space to work with, but that's okay because it just goes to show that you really don't need a large space. The products are, they're small, so if you have like a um, little organizer drawers and stuff, you can fit your supplies in that, and it's not going to take up a lot of room. So I'm going to go ahead and move my camera down so that you can see what we're doing. So it's going to be a little awkward, and it is what it is. Here we go. Whee! Okay. Super awkward. Okay, give it a minute. It should get unfuzzy. You can see I've got ink on my hands. Now the good thing about the ink is it does wash right off. All right, Elizabeth, because you're the first person here and you're commenting, you get one of the red cards. I've only got 4 of them, so yay! All right, so I've got yellow and red. These come like this from the store. I didn't have to cut them or anything. These are 8.5 by 11. We're going to start off by just folding it in half, like that. And I'm not being super aggressive on this fold because I have a little tool here that's going to help me get a really nice edge once we're satisfied with our fold. There we go. So I'm just going to put them like that. This is called a bone folder. You literally just lay it across and pull down, and it's going to give it a really nice crisp edge. Okay, I've already done my cutting for this project. I do have this awesome little device called Stampin' Up! Cutter. It cuts, and it also has I forgot what this is called, a scorer. But we don't need that because I've already cut it. And they actually aren't making that particular type anymore. I think they're going to come out with a new one soon. But okay, so we're going to make sure our cards are opening in the right direction. The only thing you're going to need for this is a piece of black paper and a piece of white paper. Let's see. This was the 8.5 by 11.5 inches. My black, I cut out 3.5 and 5.5 inches. And my white, I cut out 3 1/4 and 4 1/8. So that's all we're gonna need. We actually don't need the black right now, so we're gonna put it over there. I'm gonna put these up here for the moment. We're gonna get out our other piece of white paper. So I've already got one of my stamps on here, but I don't want to use it yet. I want to put it back. The stamp set that we're going to use is called Floral Essence. This is the one that I got 2 of. I'm going to use this for quite a few projects because I absolutely love it, and I think it's really versatile. We can make a lot of really fun things. And the reason why we're doing Simplicity Day is because apparently it actually is Simplicity Day. It was named after some guy who I guess was big in the philosophy world, and he had a mantra about making life simple. And so it's officially Simplicity Day. Okay, so we are going to use this stamp here. Literally, it's just got this like sticky side to it. You literally just put it on there, and then it doesn't come off. So it's this one right here. So I also have, I've got my ink. Oh no, you know what? I forgot my red. So I actually don't want to get up and do that. So we'll just do the yellow card right now. Or, yeah, right now we'll just do the yellow card. Huh? Addie had the stamp, so I'm not really sure. It might be in her pink chair or it might be put away. It's red poppy. Oh, you know what? She didn't even get a hold of it. Just kidding. I am super organized. I got it. I found it. This is called an ink spot. These are really fun because if you haven't tried out the colors before, this is a really good way to do it. If you get paper pumpkin, a lot of times they come with these. So just kidding. Let's get our white piece back. Okay, so we're going to use 3 colors. We're going to use Poppy Parade. We're going to use Daffodil Delight. And we're going to use the Tuxedo Black. I love this stamp set too, Elizabeth. It was literally the very first one that that I knew I had to have when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my $155. It didn't really matter beyond this set. I immediately put 2 of them in my cart and I built from there. So because my yellow is new, it's kind of hard to open. And I'll show you something stupid that I did. While I was making my cards to show off, I accidentally stamped my yellow pad with my black ink because I have this really cool thing here. And I was watching TV while I was stamping. This is called a simple chamois, and you can see it's really kind of gnarly because I've been using it. It doesn't really matter. What this does is when you're done with your ink, you just rub it on here and it cleans your stamp and it doesn't come off of here. And so I was watching TV and I accidentally stamped this with it. But the good news is my yellow isn't ruined. I just kind of kept stamping over it a few times until the black stopped showing up and it's good to go again. So even though you can see it here, it's not going to show up on our cards at all. Okay, so let's get our red open. So we've got our red, we've got our yellow, we've got our simple chamois. So I'll start with the yellow. I always check my stamps before I go stamping because sometimes you get it on the edge. And I just use my simple chamois to wipe it clean. That way I get a nice clean image. And we're just going to stamp that in the upper corner. I'm going to clean off our stamp. It just likes to get in the edges. Okay, we're going to use our red. This is Poppy Parade. When you do use your red inks, a lot of times they like to stain your stamps, but it's okay. That color is not going to transfer onto your other projects. And if you are one of those people who really wants everything to be perfect, they do sell a cleaning serum in the shop. I don't remember what it's called because I just use my chamois. I don't really mind the stain. It's not a big deal to me. In fact, I think it's kind of pretty. I like pink. All right, so that's all we do for this part. But because I already have my stamp here, I'm going to do the inside of our cards real quick with our black. So this is technically a technique. I know I said it's simplicity day, but this is such an easy technique that anybody can do it. So we're going to take our red first. You're just going to make sure that you're doing the right side that you want. You're going to have a piece of paper underneath and another scrap paper here right at the fold. Okay. Then we're going to ink up our black. You just check to make sure it's all covered, which it is. But I kind of want extra black because it's pretty. And then you're going to overlap the white. You can see I'm going over on the white. And you're just going to aim for that corner. So it's going to look like that right now. And then you just pull that up and see how you've got that pretty straight line. So you don't need the scrap paper for the next corner. You're going to put more ink on your stamp. You're going to come right up here into this next corner and you're going to do the exact same thing. And there you go. That's the inside of the red card. We'll move that over and do the inside of our yellow card. So once again, we're just going to use a scrap piece of paper to keep our yellow clean on that other side. Move this up so I don't get it on the desk. Okay, just gonna stick some more ink on there. We're gonna put it right back there, just like that. Ta-da! This is such a simple trick and it's actually extremely versatile. There's a lot of things you can do with this, but we will do some exploration of that in other videos. All right, just like that. So this card is about halfway done already. Okay, we're still going to use our black, so we're going to just put that there. Okay, we're going to move to our next stamp, which is going to be this smaller flower. So your stamp set, it's going to come like this. There's two different kinds. This is the photopolymer, and it's so easy. You can literally just open it and start using it. And it's got the prints on the other side. See, so you can see how it's printed. That way you know where to put your stamp back. Okay, and we're going to take this little one. I'm using a D block. Right now, this is the only block I have. Some of the stamp sets require you to have a slightly larger block, but this one does not. In fact, none of the ones that I have do. So right now, I can get by with just this one. But in the future, if we want to do some of the other stamp sets, which we do, because some of the other ones, they have big scenes on them, like nature scenes and things like that, which I absolutely want to try out, then we're going to need to get ourselves a bigger stamp block. But this one works fine. And if you do have extra stamp blocks, you can actually load up all of your stamps kind of ahead of time, so it goes a little bit faster. All right, so we're going to put some red on this one. You can see it's all loaded up. And it's just going to go, you can see a little red. That's one of the great things about these clear blocks is you can see right through them. And we're going to put that one right there. Ta-da! Clean off our ink thing. You really only need to do it once or twice and you'll see it's not going to do anything. It's perfectly clean. And there's no chemicals on this. It's just this little chamois and water. So it's not going to hurt you or your kids. All right, we're just going to put this back. Okay, so now I'm going to use this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I'm actually going to just put my block here. And I'm just going to load them all on at one time, one in each corner. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm going to start with the center of my flowers. So this one here, you just kind of look at the shape. It looks like a little seashell. So we're going to go for the little seashell shape. I'm just stamping in the corner. Boop, just like that, super easy. Just kind of line it up, which again is the brilliance of these see-through ones. Then we're going to clean it off. It's already good to go. We're going to go to the next one, which is here. Just a little ink on there. Right there in the center, perfect. Right there. And you'll see like that one, it didn't hurt my white paper at all. Okay. All right, next we can't do our leaf, obviously, because we don't have anything to put it on. So we're going to do this one. Now, if you notice here in the stamp set, this stem actually has two little strands to it. If I ink this, I'm going to get two strands. And that's not going to really work because it's just not going to work very well doing it that way. But what we can do is use our little marker that we got. These are the Stampin' Write. Stampin' because you can put them right onto your stamps. Writin' because you can use the other side to write anything. It's got that nice pin-like tip, but we're going to go for this felt tip, which you can see is much thicker. Okay, and I don't know if I cleaned this after I used it, so I'm just going to quickly, yeah, I didn't. I was in a hurry. I was trying to get this video started. Okay, so I'm going to go for the long stem first, and I'm just going to take my marker and I'm going to carefully, can you even see? All right, so I'm going to carefully mark just that line. Now these are really close together, so right here it's a lot easier to kind of go crazy, but here you're going to want to go a little slower. You're going to want to try to avoid that other line because they are really close. But just make sure it's got all the ink on it. If you do get it on this other line, if you got long fingernails, just put your fingernail right on top. Whoops, went a little too fast. Yeah, okay, so you just put your fingernail right on top and kind of go in between them with your fingernail, and that's gonna get any of it off of that second stem that might be there. There you go. And then close that. If you do get these, make sure that when you store them, you just store them laying down, because if you do it like this, then all the ink is going to run to one side and it's going to dry your markers out. So don't ever prop these up. We're just going to lay that there. All right, so I'm going to stamp my yellow flower just like that. I'm going to go back through and get more ink on it. just like that. And do our red side. Perfect. Clean that side off because you don't want it to show up when you do your other side. All right, so then you're just going to do the exact same thing, but now you're going to aim for that small stem. So the really important thing to remember is if you do mess up, it's just paper. You can do it again. It's not a big deal. Or if you mess up terribly, you can come up with some kind of solution if you don't want to waste the project. For example, one of my cards, I accidentally dropped my ink pad while I was making it. And so on the side here, I got black ink. And so I just rearranged the way I made this card. And I think it still came out really cute. Okay, so we're going to use that. We're going to line it up. We want it to kind of touch this one, but I don't really want it to cross. If it does cross, that's okay, but I would prefer that it doesn't. So I'm just going to kind of find a spot where it'll meet up, just like that. Perfect. Wrong side. Okay, just re-ink that little spot real quick. See how easy that is? That one came out really good. Just going to clean our stem off. Then we're going to use our little leaf. So I kind of like it. I'm going to do it on this side, I think. Some of them, I have them on this side, but I think we're going to do these ones on this side. I'm going to put it with the little flower. So just get some ink, we line it up, we push it down. Voila! So if you watched my last video, I was telling you that if you love to make things, you love to do art, but maybe you don't feel super confident in it, look how easy this is. Like you can't, I mean, you can go wrong, you absolutely can go wrong, let's face it. Sometimes it takes some practice, but it's so easy. Okay, looks like we got some water on that, and that's okay. It'll dry. All right, so that part is finished. So we're just going to move that over to the side. We're going to get our card bases back. We've got one more stamp to do. So we're just going to get this out, quickly put them away. Again, if you have multiple card bases, you can just wait until you're done with your card to put away your stamps. But I mean, it takes seconds. I just dropped that one. Here we go. And again, you know, I don't have a lot of room. Literally what you see is the room that I have. And I am still able to do this. So if you feel like you don't have room, there's a good chance you have more than enough room. You just don't realize it yet. Okay. I also need to get out, I almost forgot. We're going to get out our sentiment. And again, this says, all days are beautiful that begin with you because I'm so appreciative of you guys beginning this journey with me. Okay, so we're just going to stick that right on our stamp. And then I'm going to show you really fast before I stamp this down. I'm just going to look. Let's say that I don't need all of the saying. Maybe I wrote, maybe I got the words love from another stamp set and I want to get the word you from this one. I can just use my marker, my Stampin' marker, and I can just go right over those words. Now it's important to remember, if you watch the haul video, I got two different kinds of markers. I got the Stampin' marker, which I'm using, and I also got blends. On the blends, you cannot do this. They're more of an artistic use. This is a stamping use. So you can see through it. All I did was the word you on my scrap paper. You'll see that I've got the word you and I don't have to use the entire sentiment. If I can even find it on the camera. There it is. So that's why these markers are so great. And if you buy them as a bundle, well, I mean, there's two different bundles. Ooh, see, I almost did that again. I don't know why I keep doing that. My yellow just wants to be dark and brooding. It's brooding. Okay, so it's clean again. Okay, so we're just going to go back in, get our ink, check to make sure that there's no ink hanging out where it's not supposed to. And I'm literally just going to put that right in the middle, as straight as I can. Ta-da! And the inside of our card is completely done. Okay. Doosh. All right. So we are completely done stamping. So at this point, I'm going to close up my inks because I don't want them to dry out. If they do dry out, or if you run out of ink, you actually don't have to buy the entire set again. Like this one is $7. You don't have to buy the entire thing again. You can buy an ink refill, which is only $3.75, and that is a mega bargain. Okay, so I'm just putting it all away. All right, so now I'm going to get out my glue. This is Tombow glue, and it's super sticky and wonderful. I'm also going to put this away before I forget. The longer these stay on here, kind of the harder they are to get off. They're really never that hard, but it's better just to put them away. That way you don't lose them too. So stick that right in there. Boop. All right, so back to my Tombow glue, back to our pieces that we just made, our red one and our yellow one, our black paper, there's one of them. Sorry, that probably sounded horrible. And another one. Okay, but yeah, this glue is really sticky. You don't need a lot of it, which is great because that means that it's going to last quite a while. You can see mine's kind of like glittery and stuff because I've been using it quite a bit. You just twist the top off. This first black piece I'm going to put straight on my card to make sure this isn't the one with the words on it. I wrote down the measurements on one of them. So the way I do it, I've seen people do it all different ways. I just put blobs of glue on the corners, on the sides, because like I said, it's super sticky. It's going to work really great, and there's no reason to waste it. And then I put an X in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to stick that right in the center. And then I'll use my bone folder. And you can see I maybe used a little too much glue, but that is okay. I'm just going to wipe it clean. And it will dry perfectly clear. And then that one's done. Let's go ahead and do it on this one. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Got to do some more gluing. There we go. It's super sticky. All right, we're just going to flip this over. I got it a little bit crooked. So we're going to put that there. All right, at this point, you want to double check that your cards are the direction you want them. We're going to put this one here like this. Do it this way. Do it that way. So this comes together really fast, really simple. If I wasn't talking and everything, it would be even faster. So when you do it at home, if you're following along, obviously it's going to take just as long, but if you're doing it by yourself later, it's going to be super fast. You could definitely make a bunch of these if you're trying to make a whole bunch of thank you cards for a party or something. All right, and then we're going to take this one. I think we'll do it in the same direction. I did the other ones this way, but I'm going to do this one this way because they don't have to all be perfectly the same. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice, if you do want one of these cards, just send me your mailing address. When you get it, you're going to notice that the black paper, that it's not quite as smooth. All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming. We are pretty much done at this point anyways. So have a good night. Send me your mailing address so I can get this in the mail for you. Okay. But yeah, one of the things you're going to notice is that, let's see, the black paper is not as smooth and perfect as the other papers. You can kind of see a little bit of the, I call it sawdust. I don't know exactly what it's called. But that's because this isn't Stampin' Up! Paper. The Stampin' Up! Paper is much higher quality. Right now I'm just kind of using up what I've got. You can see I got a little bit of red on there. I didn't mean to. Bad Poppy. But this, the other papers are much higher quality. They're much, they're just better. So they're not going to do that to you. You're not going to have that sawdust effect. But there you have it. We are done with our cards. We've got two different colors, and I think they're really, really cute, and they're really simple. Definitely a beginner could do this in no time at all. It's a really great one to start with because, I'll use this one, because you've got the two different colors. You've got the marker use, so that's really great practice if you're just starting out. And this technique, it's so pretty and it's so versatile. We're going to use this. We're going to use this in different ways in the future. But knowing how to do that first simple way is really going to help you in the future. Okay. So these are the ones I've got done so far. I've got a couple more of the reds. This one's the one I boo-booed on, but I think it's cute anyways, so there we go. All right, I hope you guys liked this video. We're gonna do a lot of them. One of the things that I personally, my objective is for this group is a lot of people, they think that they have to have all the stamps and it's going to cost them an arm and a leg because if you don't have all of the stamps, you're not going to be able to do this, you're not going to be able to do that. And while that's true to a certain point, because obviously, you know, this is a flower set, you're not going to be able to do like dinosaurs or whatever with this set. But I want to show off the versatility of the sets so that your stash never gets old on you. So watch for that. Um, we're going to do, every single time we get a stamp set, we're going to do a lot of cards with it so that you get the most out of your money. You have the best experience possible. Okay, cool. So Elizabeth is saying that I need to get the glue eraser, which I haven't even come across yet, so I'll have to look for that. But that is all for now, guys. Once again, don't forget to give me your mailing address so that I can get these projects off to you as a thank you for joining up with my group. And if you like YouTube, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel. That way you never lose the videos. You can just scroll through there and it'll be all compact and easy for you. You don't have to scroll through the group so much. And that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.